uphold the rule of law. We are the ones who will pay the Trump tariffs.
We are getting closer to an actual showdown between the White House and the courts.
We are watching real people suffer.
We are at a boiling point in this country.
We are still three co-equal branches.
We are in the midst of a uniquely alarming moment.
We are so far from giving up.
Now that President Trump's sweeping domestic policy bill has passed, we're starting to learn how voters across the country feel about it. Lawmakers are facing voters in their districts, gearing up for the midterms by holding town halls, including one last night by our next guest. Joining us now, Democratic Congressman Subramanyam of Virginia. So let's just get right into it. What were voters telling you? I was at a town hall of yours a few months ago, and the big topic of conversation there was DOJ cuts, because you've got a lot of federal workers. But what about now in the aftermath of this bill passing?
Yeah, well, there's still federal workers who are losing their jobs. That's a big issue. State Department's most recent one. But, you know, I wanted to talk about this bill because a lot of people, including well-informed people that watch your show,
and we
were there.
That.
And a lot of people don't know what's in this bill. I mean, they know about the Medicaid cuts and the wealth transfer and cuts to SNAP benefits. They don't know that this is going to make it harder to get and pay off student loans, for instance. It won't let you directly file at the IRS anymore. I mean, even in Virginia, they're taking away our space shuttle from the Smithsonian and sending it to Texas because that's what those Texas senators wanted to do, at hundreds of millions of dollars of cost to taxpayers. So there's so many things in this bill that are hurting Americans that they don't even know about. And, you know, the president is so good at distracting people by going to Alligator Alcatraz and doing all these stunts. But even just the small provisions are going to have a huge impact on people. So I just wanted to have that conversation.
You said the things that they don't even know about. I think that that's part of why, I mean, when we were talking in the break, you said it's important to do these kinds of town halls because even people who want to be informed aren't necessarily on this, right? I mean, that's the onus on Democrats right now.
Yeah, and that's what our number one job right now is to talk about what's going on in D.C., what's going on with bills like these, and how it's going to hurt every single American. I mean, even one woman said, well, thankfully I'm not on Medicaid, but, and I said, well, wait a minute, even if you're not on Medicaid, your Medicaid premiums are going to go up on your health care, and your hospital may shut down, right? So this is going to affect every single American in different ways. And there's so many other provisions in this bill that I can just name any person at that town hall and just say, this is going to hurt you, this is going to hurt you. And so there's something for everyone to hate in this bill.
Even folks who came in, like that woman, saying, well, this doesn't actually impact me, but I'm worried about my neighbor. I think connecting that for people is important. I mean, have there been creative conversations among your colleagues in the Democratic caucus about the ways that they can get out there and have these conversations with voters? Because, again, we were talking about this when we were on the air during Hakeem Jeffries' very lengthy magic minute on the House floor trying to educate people about what's in this bill. But, like, that is the central premise here, right? And I think for Democrats who have, quote unquote, struggled with messaging, are there creative conversations about how best to do this leading up to the midterms?
You know, what was interesting last night is two things I heard over and over again. One, where's the leadership in the Democratic Party? And what I told people was, don't wait for a white knight to come save us. Everyone needs to be a leader right now. Every member of Congress needs to be a leader. The people we represent need to help us and step up themselves and speak out. And so we shouldn't be waiting for a white knight to come save us all. And so that's really important as in this moment right now. And the second thing is, when we're talking about messaging, I mean, one of the things I saw was that among the Democratic Party, we had 20 different names for this bill, right? They had one name, the one big, beautiful bill. And I saw my colleagues calling it different things, right? And so having a united message is important. And then sharing what's in this bill and why it's going to hurt people is so important. But we need to do that more effectively. And I think that's what the American people want right now, because they don't like what's in it when they learn.
Because I remember hearing this when I went to your town hall a few months ago, this undercurrent, as much as there were concerns over cuts and concerns over the administration, real concerns. Multiple people said to me, well, Democrats keep texting me asking for $10, $20. I gave them all that money in November, and I didn't see anything come from it. What would you tell those voters who still have that skepticism, who are wondering where the leadership is, in addition to the fact that you're saying, okay, everyone has to be a leader, but I think they're looking for tangibles. I mean, is there anything to offer them that?
You know, one other thing I heard that I agreed with at the town hall was that people don't just want us to be the anti-Trump party. They want us to have a positive vision. We do have a positive vision. We just don't talk about it enough because we get distracted by Trump. And he's really good at distracting us from these issues, not just away from the bad policies he's passing, but away from our own positive policies as well. And so that's something, you know, the funniest question I got was, what's your one big beautiful bill, Suhas? And I said, you know, I'd expand Medicare, right, and Medicaid. I'd make sure people have more SNAP benefits. I'd make sure we try to support our environments, more clean energy. And so we have to talk about that more as well.
It's an excellent question from a voter. Those constituents are very smart, and not just because they start their day with way too early, but we do love that. Democratic Congressman Suhas Subramanyam of Virginia, thank you. You're going to stick around just